everyone, and welcome back to another ScoreCEO tutorial. On today's video, we're going to be talking about tag-based campaigns. But before we get into that, I want to thank all of the viewers. Thank you for returning back and watching our videos. I hope these videos are beneficial for you and you've learned something with them. If you have any suggestions of any videos, please comment down below or just send us a chat in ScoreCEO.com. So before we go, remember to hit that subscribe button so you can get your notifications of when we post new content. Okay, so let's jump into the good stuff. Let's say that you want to target a specific audience, okay? We're talking about you have your leads, you have your customers, you have new clients, like you have old clients, you have affiliate partners, you have a whole bunch of people that you want to market to, okay? So how can you do that? How can you effectively market specific content to your leads, specific content to your customers, and let's break down the customers a little bit more. We have new customers and old customers. How can we market to them appropriately to give them the content that they need to drive them back to you? Let's take into consideration your customers. Let's say that you really want to target all of your new customers. Every new customer that you sign up for your credit repair business, you want to target to them and you want to teach them how to improve their credit. So let's say that you have envisioned a campaign that's called credit repair improvement tips for new signups. Okay, we're targeting an audience there. So we're saying that all of our new clients, what we really want to do is market to them in a specific way that we know that that's the information that they're seeking. They're seeking on how to build up their credit, how to improve their credit score, what they can do to maintain their credit score. Isn't that all information that you know that the new people that sign up are asking consistently to you? So that's the information that we want to market, but we want to make sure we market it to the correct target audience. So we can do that with using a tag-based campaign. What we do is we identify who these new clients are, these new signups, and then we start promoting the content to them. Okay, then we build out all of the email content, everything. We build out the structure for them, and then we let the system automatically do that for us. We just have to tell the system who those people are. So now that we've talked all about that, let's dive right in on how you can create this inside of your ScoreCEO portal. Now that we're in our ScoreCEO portal, we're going to start by building the tag. So the tag is what's going to help identify, and it's going to be used as the base of our campaign. So in order to create our tag, we're going to go to the top right corner here to our configurations bubble, and we're going to click on Tag Manager. And then from here, we're going to click Create a New Tag. Now we want to give the tag a name and a description. Here I'm just going to put Credit Repair Improvement Tips. And then our description on how we're going to be using this for. Again, this is just for you. No one sees this, only you and your team. So don't worry if you think that the client or your leads or anyone would see this information. It's just for identification purposes. Let's describe this tag as credit repair improvement tips for new signups. And there you go. The base of our campaign is complete. Now we're going to jump in and start building our campaign. So again, we're going to go back to our configurations bubble at the top right corner. We're going to click on campaign. And then from here, we're going to click create new. Now the campaign is broken up into 3 sections. We have step 1, campaign details. Then we're going to, in step 2, select the triggers. And then in step 3 is where we're going to start building out the content and when we want these emails or texts or notifications to go out. So the first thing we're going to do is start with the title. The title, again, your clients are not going to see none of this information. The only thing they see is whatever's built out in the communication area, which would be in step 3. So the title, we want to call this Credit Repair Improvement Tips, and we'll kind of keep it around the same line. For signups. And then our campaign category. Okay, this is important. When we click the drop down menu, we're going to see different options in here. You're going to choose what best fits the type of campaign that you're creating. When we use a system campaign, these emails will go out all the time. I recommend system campaigns to be used for like newsletters, for communication to your clients. In this case, if this is going for new signups, these are new clients, we can keep it under system campaign. But if not, we can also use the option of marketing. The difference with marketing, it will require a double opt-in from that customer. If the customer already logged into their portal for the first time and checkbox to receive communication or marketing emails, then they will automatically fall into that marketing campaign. But just keep in mind that's important because we want to make sure that everyone is double opted in so that way your email deliverability can stay high. Now let's go to the campaign type. This is important. Now we're going to see the drop down menu and there's tons of different options, and this is where you can choose any option you like to create a campaign. In this case, we're going to use a tagged list because we created a tag and that's the campaign that we want to use. And then we're going to type in our description. I'm just going to copy and paste the name and I'm just going to paste it here. But again, we could be a little bit more detailed with it. This would just help us in the future identify this campaign when we're referencing back to it. So now we're going to click the next button so we can move on to the next step. And here's where we're going to select the tag. So I'm just going to click right on the tag list area, and then we'll see here that we have tons of different tags. Now we can search through them like this one by one, or we can just start typing it in here and our tag would show up. So once we select it here, I'm just going to click the little plus sign and we'll see that it's here. Now you're not limited to one, so if you have more people that are tagged with other tags that can possibly use this content also, you can also add them into this campaign. Now that we've selected our tag that we want to use, we're going to click on the next step. And then from here is where we're going to start building out the campaign. So first we see step 1. You can add additional steps by clicking add new step, and each step is going to be an action or a phase that we're going to be doing. So let's start with the when. In the when, we want to start with the step type. If we click the drop down menu, you're also going to see different options that you can do. So you're not limited to just sending an email. You can send out an email, you can create a to-do, you can send a text message, create a canned note, apply a tag, or even remove a tag. In this case, we want to apply an email. So we're going to keep the email, and then we want to know when the start date's going to be. Now, this is super easy. We want to think of it this way. When this campaign is going to start, you want to know when it's supposed to execute, when that's going to happen. So think of it this way. If you want it to go out immediately, then we're going to put 0. What that's going to do, it's going to automatically go out the moment that that tag's applied for that person. But if you are thinking of maybe waiting a day or two because you just called them, you just got on the phone with them, you don't want to fill them up with emails already, then you can switch this from either 0 to 1 or even 2, whatever you feel is going to work best. Okay, remember, marketing is always trial and error. Think about what you would like to get if you were going to someone seeking information. So in this case, I'm just going to put 1 because they communicated with me the day that they signed up and I put them into the system. I want to wait a day or two before I start sending them this information. Now we have to give the step a name. The step name, again, is just to help identify what's going on in that step. And I'm just going to put email regarding tip 1, credit score improvement. So this is kind of like an identifier for me. Now we're going to jump into actions. In the actions, what we want to do is establish who this email is going to be coming from. So we can also click the drop down menu here. And we're going to see a list of different options. Here you're going to decide who you want that email to show that it's coming from. It can come from the CRO admin, which would be the main admin of the account. It can come from the processor that's assigned to that person, the salesperson, the agent, and the list goes on. So let's say that we want it to come from maybe the salesperson. maybe that person had a little bit more communication with that new sign up, and probably you feel that they would interact more with the email. So let's put salesperson, and then let's decide who we want this to go out to. So we can choose everyone if you like, or we can just go and put customers here. Okay. Now that we're done with that, the last and final step is to select our template. To select the template, you could click the drop down menu and search in your templates. If you haven't created your template yet, that's okay. You can create the template on the fly by just going to this plus sign here, and that will open up the window allowing you to create your template. So you want to name your template, give it the template description. This is also hidden from the client. They are not going to see that. The only thing they're going to see on this email is going to be the subject and email header, template content, and the email footer. Let's just start by building out a simple template. And we're going to call this one credit repair tip number 1. And you can get more elaborated with this and make it sound a lot better. And the description. Okay, so this is our description. Now in the template group, it's important that we choose the correct template group. Okay, I don't want you guys to then get lost with this. Super simple. So a rule of thumb, you can use either general template, or if you see your specific campaign group that you're working on, then you can definitely select it from here. In my case, I'm just gonna put, maybe I'll use, we'll just use consumer update. And then we're going to start by adding our subject. And again, this content, it's all going to vary just depending on what you want it to say. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet just for the longevity of this video. But let's say that we want to call this, so in my subject, I just used bad credit, 3 tips to success. Something catchy. Remember, you want to use always something catchy that's going to call their attention. Again, your content can vary. Then here in your content, just type in whatever you want to use. Here's when you can take advantage, use AI approach. I would recommend just going to ChatGPT. We can always go to ChatGPT like this and, and have it create something for you. So if you haven't used ChatGPT, you can just, I'll give you a quick run through of it. So we just go back to ChatGPT, and all I did was copy in like the subject line, and I can say, hey, can you create a email template talking about the following? And then ChatGPT will do its magic. And again, make sure you proofread this, make sure that it's up to your liking. You can continue talking to ChatGPT and it will give you more information. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use, look at this subject line. So this subject, it says, unlock success with these 3 tips despite bad credit. So again, we gave it something and it made it something better. If we like what we have, we can keep. If not, well, we can spice it up. So I'm going to copy this content. I'm going to go back to ScoreCEO. I'm going to just paste this information in here like I did here. And then we want to add in the variables. You see how it gave us these brackets already? So when I said create a template for me, a lot of these systems understand that things that are inside of these brackets will pull data from the software. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that that's the same variable that we have in the system. So I just highlight it and I go to the pencil, click the drop down, and we'll see here. And I'm just going to choose consumer full name. And if I just want to make it less formal, you can always just put consumer's first name. You just choose it from in here and you can add it in. So it would say, and then we want to make sure we get our spacing right, guys. We don't want to leave all these extra spacing. Oops. Now we would say, dear, then it'll say the customer's full name, and then here it gives it just 3 tips. And again, you can also add in images, video links, if you have like a YouTube channel and you want to link your YouTube channel with it, you definitely can if you have a video on this. So you can do tons of things in there. And then what we want to do is our signature out here, we want to put the correct variable. So here it's telling us your full name. So we're going to go back to this pencil, click the drop down, and then we are going to go, which we have here, and click close. We're going to see it here. Again, let's make sure we fix all these spacings. And then here it tells us the job title. I think I would prefer an email instead of the job title. So maybe the email or the phone number. So I'm going to put the salesperson's email and phone number. Let's put this, and then I'm just going to put the spacing so I can just do it all at once. We have the email, and then the salesperson's work phone, and then we're going to close this out. Then again, we make sure our spacing is good, and then I'm just going to erase this. And we have built out just a simple email here. Now what we want to do is go all the way to the bottom, and we can click save. And we've completed our first step. Now if we want to add on more steps, we can click add new, and then we're going to follow the same pattern. We're going to decide what's the next step. We'll click the drop down, and you can choose, again, you can choose any of them. So it doesn't necessarily have to be an email. If you want to send out maybe a to-do to your salesperson to call this new sign up, or maybe to the customer service rep, call this person just to say hi and see how everything is going. You can also do that by adding a to-do and assigning it to the person assigned to them. So you're not limited to one thing, but let's go back to the email, and I want to show you adding on another email step. So what you want to do is, since this one's going out on day 1, you want to decide when you want the following email to go out. So this email went on day 1, maybe you want to wait 5 more days, then you could do the same. You just put 5, put the name of the step, who it's coming from, and then you would do the same thing. If you don't have the template in there, create your new template, and then continue on to the next step. Now that our campaign is fully built out, we're going to see that it's still here. The status says paused. Basically, what this is letting you know that the campaign is not turned on yet. This is so that way you can make sure that everything is done appropriately before you turn it on. Now, since we built it out right now, we know that we have everything in there that we need. I'm going to click the edit button at the top right corner, and I'm going to start this. Now, what did I do? I activated this campaign. Now, anytime that tag is applied to any single person in the system, that campaign would start to work. It would start to go out. So let's go into your leads and customers, and let's apply a tag to one of your new signups for your credit repair services. So let's say that I have, and again, these examples are a little bit off, but let's say we have this person here, Jasmine, which is myself, and we want to go in and apply the tag to this person. We can go into our tags, and we can just click here, search for the tag, and then we click on credit repair improvement tips, and they will automatically fall into that campaign. So it's as simple as that. As you can see, it didn't take us much to create it. The only place where you're going to take a little bit more time is building out the content, but once you have your content, then you can just put it all in there and it's good to go. Try to use some AI generation like ChatGPT to help you build out these email contents. That's all for this video. I hope this video was useful for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to visit us at ScoreCEO.com, and we're more than happy to help you with any questions. If you need assistance in building out campaigns, reach out to us or leave a comment down below, and we'll create more videos on how to set these up. And if you made it this far at the end of this video, don't forget to subscribe to our webinar series as we show credit repair businesses just like yours how to enhance their businesses, finding those pain points that you have in your business and helping you exceed in them. There's a link down below that you can use to register for our webinar, or you can also visit our website, ScoreCEO.com, for more information. Thank you guys, and see you on the next one.